So let's go over some similarities and some differences between the assurance and the core modules. Primarily, when we look at similarities, there are significant competencies that are going to overlap. So, all that work you did, especially in Core 1, is really going to pay off now. So, that financial reporting, some of those core assurance competencies are for sure going to come up again. You've got the same exam software, so there's no curveballs being thrown at you. Dana and I aren't aware of anything that has changed as of late that we need to communicate to you, so that should all be the same. In Core 1, it's super easy to get lost in the handbook. Same with assurance. It's very easy to lose focus, be searching for things. So, we'll absolutely talk about what you can do during the outlining process to make sure that this doesn't happen. But it's definitely a risk on this exam, just like it was in the core modules. You also, of course, manage your time between the multiple choice and the cores, and that's going to be, and the cases. And that's going to be a big decision for a lot of you who have used different exam strategies in the cores. Now, your ability to manage that time is really restricted. As it says in the first difference, the time management in assurance and any elective is insanely critical. You can't just be like, oh, I'll go 10 minutes over here, 15 minutes more here. I won't really plan. All that stuff kind of goes away, and you have to tighten up because you just have this exam where there are going to be two cases instead of one. You don't have as much room to play around and guess on the multiple choice. It's very much you must stick within your time frame, so there's not as much wiggle room, and we'll definitely bring that up in a few areas tonight. The second bullet point under differences is really critical. As the cases get longer, as I'm sure you've noticed in your module already, there's much more organization of information that has to be done. In the core modules, for the most part, it's relatively straightforward. Here's the pages, here's the appendices. You can almost answer the case in order a lot of the times. In assurance, that's usually not going to be the case. And especially with the case we've chosen to present tonight, if you don't organize your information right off from the get-go, the cases are going to feel frustrating. So we'll definitely focus on that when we look at how to outline an assurance case effectively. Integration of assurance and financial reporting is required. I mean, the case we picked tonight doesn't have as much or any really, but at the same time, that's an anomaly. So when you are studying, you're thinking, how do these competencies integrate? There is a small piece of integration, of course, in most cases, and the one tonight. But again, you're focusing on if I get meaty financial reporting, how does it integrate into assurance? What are they asking me for? So when you're debriefing week to week, you're always thinking about the relationship between different types of AOs. Is it financial reporting is it going to journal entries, which goes to materiality? Is it financial reporting, which goes into my procedures? What are they asking me about? So always keep that top of mind. And lastly, there's not as much guessing as the multiple choices are limited. So that case awareness is critical. So a lot of the times candidates tell me in core one, like, well, I felt pretty safe going overtime on the case because I could just kind of guess on a lot of the multiple choice. Well, that freedom doesn't exist here. So we want to make sure that our case outlining is really on point, and we want to make sure our technical is really on point as well.